I'm in one of my favorite hot spots in the Atlanta area for real estate investment. Covington, Georgia's about 35 minutes from Atlanta. Nice small town with really good prices right now. This house probably sold for around $120,000 2 years ago. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with nice carpet, good flooring. Really is almost in move-in condition. Got a little bit of touch-up paint that we're going to see in the inside, with a couple of spackle places on the inside. And it's in a fairly nice neighborhood. As you just do a quick drive-through, there's decent curb appeal, and these are nice homes that were selling in the 120 to 140 range a couple of years ago. The interesting thing is, this house, they're asking $45,000 for it, and I have a client here who's flown in from California that put offers on 6 properties. And this is a good strategy where sometimes you need to make offers before you even go out and see the property, because this property was priced right. It's 1,280 square feet, I think, somewhere right around there. And it's got a 2-car garage, and we knew it was going to move pretty quickly at that price point, and there's about 3 or 4 offers in right now. We put an offer of $28,000 on it, is where we felt we needed to get it. They were asking for, like I said, $44,000, $45,000. But here's the interesting thing. I'm going to show you why sometimes, even when you get the offers in, you have to maybe even consider on a property dropping the price or lowering it. And it's factors like this: having an old beat-up pickup truck sitting in the yard, not on blocks, but certainly with the stopper behind it. I don't know if that truck's moved in a little while. And the neighbor hasn't taken care of his grass at all. This comes right up to your property line. And so this is what you're seeing when your tenants come out and consider renting this property. This is what they get to see. We've got a little bit of Sanford and Son going on here. This is not well maintained here. And we got a couple of dogs here that are going to bark at you quite a bit. And I'm sure that any tenant is going to worry how much the dogs are going to bark when they come out. Got a little chicken coop. And then there's a factory right through the woods. And you're not going to probably be able to get a good shot of this from my little iPhone here, but that factory through the woods, there's big trucks and some dump trucks. I think that would be the source of a lot of noise. You can see that the condensing unit on this property has been stolen. That's about a $2,900 repair right there off the top. But one of the things that probably concerned me most, in addition to the neighbors, was what I saw when I walked around the back side of this property. And it's the small stuff like this that you don't always pay attention to. When I saw this metal door on the back of this property, this metal security door, and then I walked around a little bit more, and I noticed that the house right next door has not only bars on the windows on the lower level, but also metal security doors on both floors of its house. Made me think that this neighborhood has probably experienced some break-ins, and so that is a little bit of an eye-opener for me. Now, before we would rule this house out entirely or think that it was an unsafe neighborhood, we'd be smart to go ahead and call the police and do an incident report just to see if maybe the neighborhood is okay. But those are red flags that I like to watch for when I get into potentially good rental neighborhoods that are in the right price range. So based on what I've seen here, we're probably going to rule this house out, or we might hold firm on our $28,000 offer. Even though they were asking $44,000, we might let this one slide. Now I think, Brian, come on out here, Brian. I'm going to interview you for just a second if you don't mind. One of the other things that I noticed very quickly too was the seams in the carpet. Very poorly done, and I'm going to try and zoom in where you can get a copy of this, get a glance at this. But the seams in the carpet here run all the way down the middle of the living room. You're not going to really get a good shot at it, but that's going to tear up. And you're probably going to have to replace the carpet within a year, even though it's in good shape and even though it's been cleaned. That seam runs the entire length of the living room. We also see that seam in the hallway as we enter the owner's suite in between bedrooms. That's not a big deal. You could have a carpet person fix that fairly cheaply, but again, a little bit cheaply done. You can see some waves in the carpet there. That can be taken out with a stretcher. Nice tray ceiling, and the bathroom's a good sized bathroom with a double sink for a home in this price range. Brian, what was your initial thought before we came back out together? And I'm showing bedroom number 2 and bedroom number 3. I don't have a wide angle camera, so you don't get a real good feel for that, but 3 bedrooms. Got the laundry closet off the hall, and there's a second bathroom. Brian, what was your general feel for this property when you first walked through the first time?
You know, at first sight, it's a great neighborhood. You drive through a university campus to get here. Lots of beautiful old architecture on the way. It seems like a great neighborhood where you possibly can even rent to college students, professors, but then we learned that last year the university built dorms and it dried up the rental market for outside investors such as myself. And then a further review, a second look at the house, showed things like linoleum not matching up. The kitchen cabinets are an older design, and just a lot of small things that you can easily hide when you just glance at a picture that came from the street. You really got to take a close second look, but the important thing is you've got to get your offer in first. You can't wait to write your offer until you've seen all those things, or someone else will take it.
Now, one thing I thought was funny, when you brought me back out here after seeing it this morning, you seemed pretty excited about it, to get my opinion. It sounded like you were almost ready to make an offer on it, or maybe even counter their $34,000. Now that we've kind of looked at a little more of the details that we've just pointed out in this video, what's your general strategy on this property, and how has your opinion changed?
You know, the second look always opens up new things, and we certainly found new things. Jared's expertise showed through here as we identified some stuff that I missed the first time. You've got to have a good team. You've got to look carefully at everything you do. The strategy now is to hold tight, possibly even lower the offer to see what the bank would do if we did that. But the point is, this is not the best of the best of what's here in the Atlanta market, so we don't need this house. We can see how we can do it.
All right, Brian, thanks. Appreciate your input.